Hey, what's up, everybody? John from Old Reading Farm here, coming to you right from our grow operation here in the midst of our dahlia tubers that we're growing for some cuttings. We had a really busy week, and we figured we'd just go through and show you kind of what we were up to, from starting some seeds to prepping some dahlia tubers, showing some of our new chickens that we bred, some that we got in, a whole bunch of stuff. Let's get to it.
So we are going to start today peppers and eggplants. The varieties of eggplants that we're starting are both botanical interest seed. I'm not going to try to pronounce this one because it's wild, but look at how pretty that is. And then we've got your basic Black Beauty eggplant. So we're gonna get these started, as well as peppers for our seedling sale. We've got mini bell red, jalapenos, yellow bell peppers, habaneros, and then a variety of peppers that we don't have full packets of, so we're just going to start a few of these for ourselves. Let's get to work. So now that we've got some of our pepper seeds starting, I thought we would show you one of our favorite recipes to cook using jalapeno peppers. These are going to be bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers, and they are delicious. Not maybe the most healthy meal you could have, but they're super tasty. So the first thing you want to do is halve and core a bunch of jalapenos. This is a sweet Italian sausage that I removed from the casing, and when cooking this sausage, it's important to cook it down all the way. This is a Mexican blend of cheese, and you add a good amount of that and no dog noses, plus the Philadelphia cream cheese. I use the garlic and herb for a little extra flavor. It also comes in a chive variety that I bet would be nice. Once you've got the sausage all the way cooked and it's nice and crunchy, dump that right into the cheese and cream cheese mixture. And I also do add all the grease from the sausage because I think it helps make it more delicious. Give that a good stir to combine, and then you're going to start stuffing those halved jalapenos with this mixture. This part can be a little messy, so just do the best you can. Once you've got all your jalapenos stuffed with the mixture, it's ready to wrap these in bacon. I usually buy whatever bacon is on sale. You don't want to get something that's too thick cut because then you'll have a hard time wrapping it. And if you run out of bacon, you can cut the slices in half and just sort of set them on top. John, good? Are you doing, John? Set those into the oven. I usually cook at the universal cooking temperature of 350, and I always make a double batch of these and set them into the freezer for a quick dinner one other night. And any leftover stuffing or jalapenos you have for when you run out of bacon, you can stick into the fridge. Saute that with some eggs for a quick morning breakfast. All right, so get those nice and crispy and cooked and enjoy. So while we finish eating our dinner that you just watched us cook, let's go back and start a few more seeds. We're going to start them in these. And the thing about these is, since we got them last year, this soil is super dried out. So I think I'm going to dump this soil into a bowl and then try to work some water into it, because I just tried to dump some water into this soil and it's not working at all, and I'll show you what that looks like. I think this is called hydrophobic, when something is so dry that it just repels the water. So I've let this sit here for a while, and I'll try to mash it around, but I might end up dumping these into a bowl too. So let me dump the soil from the other one into a mixing bowl and try to get some water going. Okay, so this came back together pretty well, and now I'm going to dump it back into my tray. So even though that made an absolute mess here, it's working a lot better than just trying to let the water sit on top. And I did do it with warm water. I'm not sure if that makes a difference or not. So I'm gonna wash my hands and then start some seeds. This pack of seeds had a bunch of seeds in it, so I'm doing sort of a lot of seeds in each cell. We talked in one of our other videos that we often do 72 cell trays. These 36 cell trays are, obviously much bigger, so there will be more root space for the plants, and I'm hoping that means I'll be able to thin these seeds. This is how many eggplant seeds comes in one of those packets of the Black Beauty, and then I'm putting about 2, sometimes 3 seeds into each of these cells. So we're going to finish seeding this.
All right, so today's Wednesday, and you look at this box. It seems we have gotten a shipment of chicks.
5 baby chicks.
5 baby chicks.
This is from Cackle Hatchery.
This is our first order with them, right?
Yep, first time we've ever ordered with them. Recommended by our friends, Even the Sparrow Homestead. This is 25 silkies. Did I say that already?
Nope.
Babies.
Wow.
They're so fluffy.
They're so fluffy. And these are actual silkies, so they're also so small.
Right, bantam silkies. Because that's what silkies are.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at the little hat on that one. Stop it right now.
So I did this without Catherine's consent.
Yeah, put it in the pelleted pine.
I used the pellets instead of the shavings. That was suggested to us. I forget who it was. I know Welcome to Chickenlandia suggested we use the pine pellets for our muddy run. But then somebody else suggested that we use them for brooder.
And is that for less dust or better grip for the babes?
I think it's easier cleanup and better grip.
Very cute.
These are some good looking.
They look so good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And I'm cold. Put me under the light. Look at them all. See how they've all got their wings out? They're trying to get that heat lamp onto their backs.
Oh, and this is great too, because we got the shipment notification on Monday, and then USPS said that they were going to deliver on Friday, which was no good. So.
But for ordering chicks in basically February, March kind of time,
it's great that they all came.
25 out of 25.
Yeah.
Good job, post office.
Yeah.
You got your ship together. We got more seeds.
What?
Send help. Oh, interesting packaging. These are seeds from wholesale for the small scale grower. These are Pro-Cut sunflower seeds, so I'll read you out what we got. Pro-Cut Brilliance, Pro-Cut Gold Light, Pro-Cut Red, Pro-Cut Orange, Pro-Cut White Light, Pro-Cut White Night, Pro-Cut Plum, Pro-Cut Red and Lemon Bicolor.
Catherine told me she was just getting some Pro-Cut sunflower seeds.
That's what I got.
I thought it was just the white ones.
Low battery, gotta go, bye.
So here's one of our chickens that we hatched from Jeffrey and our Morans. They're pretty cute. They're really cool. They have the buff laced coloring, and they also have some really interesting hats. So these were the first chicks that we got from Jeffrey, and they are looking pretty good. Now Kat's gonna run through some dahlia cuttings that we're doing.
We put these dahlia tubers into dirt 3 weeks ago exactly. And now we've got one really strong sprout and a couple sort of weak and wimpy sprouts. Let me spin you around and show you what we're looking at. These are what our dahlia tubers look like right now. So a lot of them have these sort of small sprouts that you see here. There are a number of them that have absolutely nothing at all. So I don't know if maybe when I was dividing, I didn't know what I was looking at in the way of eyes. Oh, look, there's a little tiny sprout. So maybe they'll continue to do something, or maybe we just won't get anything. But I think even if all we get is the 4 that I'm going to cut off now, that'll still be pretty good. And the other thing I'll mention is this one is pretty big. I think I might have let this one go too long. So I think if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have let this monster one here get quite as big as it is right now. So I think if I could go back in time, I might try to get this one here, the big sprout. I might cut it off sooner because I'm concerned that when I put this into rooting medium, it's going to have a hard time supporting that much plant out of just the little cut and no root. So we'll keep you posted on that. So now what we've got is a bowl of vermiculite. We got this from Amazon in a 22-pound bag. We'll put a link down below for vermiculite if you're in the market for some. We found that 22-pound bag to be very useful. And I have washed some of these old little plant starter doodads. And I'm going to fill this with wet vermiculite and cut some dahlia sprouts. So I have now made this vermiculite pretty wet. When you squeeze it, it holds together like that. And I think it's going to need to be about this wet, though, you know, we haven't done this before. We're loosely following what Pepper Harrow Farm, our flower farming friends, said in their video about this. But hopefully this is a good, you know, consistency. So I'm going to fill up this. So those are the tubers that we're still going on. I'm going to cut down all those stalks right now. This is what we started about 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And so we had been keeping all these tubers down here so that they were in a slightly warmer spot, but I think now it's going to be more important that they grow under the grow lights that we have upstairs. So we're going to bring everything upstairs and take a look at what other seeds we have going. I'm also pretty much dying to check on how these ones are rooting because these have been in for about a month, so it's probably not super good to pull them out of the vermiculite, but I think I'm going to check just one. Bloop. Hey, look, a root. Here is a root. Got a root growing right here. Okay, so I did a little bit of consolidating. I've got space for maybe 1, 2, 3 more of those 4-packs. And I think, I can't remember whether or not I've told you this, but I think you're only supposed to take like 4 to 5 cuttings off of each tuber. Because my understanding is if you take too many cuttings, that'll sort of drain all the energy out of the tuber and then they won't produce flowers. So I guess if all you're doing is taking cuttings and you get, you know, 8 or 9 cuttings and each of those become a tuber, it doesn't really matter if you sacrifice the one. So I do think that some people go that way and then they would just like compost the tuber. But I think what we're going to do is take just a few more cuttings off of those tubers and then put them into bigger pots and grow them up so that way we can plant them out into the ground. All right, so this is our seed starting setup, up and running. Oh, sorry, I'm getting bumped by the puppy. Pretty exciting. So these are our dahlia tubers that we just put up. Then we've got 2 trays of flower seeds and the rest are pepper and eggplant. Hooray!